Hello guys, it's me, Kai. So this video is going to be a little different. I already tried to film this a first way, but I've learned more information and have decided to scrap that video and retry because I want to make sure that I get this right. That this discussion is done properly, because it's very, very important. So this is why we need civil rights. So, wish me luck, guys. I'm not gonna put my face in this one. I'm just gonna put my screen. Because I think that's for the best. Display caption. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry, I was watching another video. That's where I got my other information from. So, this is why we need civil rights. That's what this is about. You can take a guess at what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm going to start this off with. Right here. I'm sure you've already seen this image at this point, because I put it at the beginning of the video, or I'm going to. But now, more than ever, we need to love and care for each other. We are all human beings, and we all deserve to live and be at peace. No one should discriminate against anyone for any reason. And that's just true. That's how I want to start this. So, before I get into the really serious topic here. No, you know what? I'm going to start out with it. This isn't as organized as I wish it was, but the definition of racism. I'll start there, so you can get a good idea for what this is fixing to be about. So, prejudice, discrimination, and antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's race is superior. An unfortunate but sad fact to the life that we currently live. There's discrimination in multiple ways. And we've gotten progress on most of the other forms of discrimination. So maybe we can get this one, too. So, number of police shootings in 2019. So we're going to start here. That's a lot. It's crazy. Okay, that's just fucking scary. Okay. Now on to discriminatory deaths. this is what we're really talking about here. This situation with George Floyd is absolutely fucking horrible. You can see the genuine hatred in this man's eyes in the video. I won't show the video. I'm sure you've probably seen it, and if you haven't, it's honestly terrible to watch. He literally was peaceful. He didn't even do anything. He literally just fucking told that man that he could not breathe. Over and over and over and over. Like it didn't even matter. That's the thing, that just man just kept going and going and going. Wow. Oh my god. See, that's the whole thing. Racism is very real. It's very much so happening. It has been happening for a while. These things have been happening for a while. There's even death penalty discrimination. More black people face the death penalty. Which is fucking crazy to think about. Like, why? There's no difference between any of us. Like, at all. There is no reason for this discrimination in 2020. I mean, we're all literally dying because of a coronavirus just going through and killing all of us. And you just, like, this is what you want to do with your time? You want to be racist and discriminatory and just spread hate when we should be spreading love and getting closer together and spreading positivity to keep each other up during these times and not down? There's a moment. At what point do you just have to just remove your blinders and just be like, hey, this is pretty fucked? Because it is pretty fucked. There is racism. It is very true. I mean, everyone experiences it to some extent, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I can say that I have felt discrimination. Okay, I guess I don't want to crunch any toes on that one, but I have been discriminated against for my race, even though I'm white. Well, technically I'm Native American, so I suppose, that's the thing. So I don't look white. That's what really gets me sometimes. I get the back end discrimination because I don't look white. People just assume I'm like a Mexican. And I mean, not even Latina, just specifically Mexican. It's probably because I'm from Texas. But whatever. And there is one thing I can say for sure that I have experienced. And that's discrimination by the police. My cousin, he's 18. He's in prison now for 25 to life because somebody shot at him who happened to be the mayor's son down here where I live. And he shot back because he almost shot a pregnant girl that was with him at the time. He almost killed both of them. And my cousin didn't even actually get a bullet. The bullet did not ever hit the man. It just went through the door, and it was in self-defense because the man came out and shot at my cousin, and the girl at the time. My cousin just shot back, which is why I don't. So he shouldn't be in there. That's what I'm saying. I've had my uncle. Two of my uncles have been beaten by police officers while they were still in handcuffs. Tased while still in handcuffs. You know what I mean? And there's something I would like to state here and now. Okay, I'm gonna put this little video up here. I'm gonna go with this. White people inciting violence at Black Lives Matter protests. Okay. Okay, look. I don't support violent protests, but I do understand some anger at this situation like this because it has been happening for a very long time. I don't think that this is a way that it should be done, and honestly, I don't. Well, I mean, obviously, this isn't how it should be done. We should, peaceful protest has been what caused every big change, but to that same note, a riot or some huge chaotic event has also incited those huge changes. So, sometimes that happens, but I'm also sorry if I spell his name wrong. I'm very dyslexic. And I promise I'm trying my hardest. This man died for absolutely no reason. Over $20 fucking dollars. Like, man, fuck that. And you guys wanna know? It takes 6 months to become a police officer, and all you have to have is a high school diploma. Think about that. They don't do a background check. They don't see if you were prejudiced in any way. They don't see if you are psychologically able to handle the stress that comes with being a police officer. They don't see if you were psychologically a manipulative person, if you have some sort of mental disorder. And my question for that is, why do they do that for the military but not police? When in the military and armed forces, generally speaking, you only shoot if necessary, and you have to contact a higher up. You have to have been given the order to shoot. That is not the case when it comes to law enforcement in the U.S. on the home ground. That makes no sense. There should absolutely be that. We should absolutely have those same fucking things, Like, those same standards for the military should be held for people in law enforcement, because it's the same, essentially. You see? Peaceful protest here, right? You know what? It's sad. It's really, really sad that this is what it took. It took a video of a man's throat being crushed to death by a police officer that has pure goddamn hatred in his eyes. Pure hatred. Absolute hatred. And I didn't put my face in this video. I originally did, but it felt wrong. So I'm just gonna let the evidence speak for itself. Yes, that's actually what's happening. You see, look. Yeah. Yeah, fucking shit. God damn. Oh my god. I like that though. That would be me. Somebody hold my blunt. I'm gonna whip this motherfucker's ass right here. See, he wore a mask too to try to hide who he was. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's gonna get blamed on the Black Lives Matter movement, which is a relatively peaceful movement, because there was a protest in my town relatively recently because of, well, go figure, police brutality. They tased this woman until her eye went, blinded. She was blinded. She had to get her fucking eye removed. And you know what? They fucking got away with it. That's insane, right? That's fucking, she was a vet, a war vet. She was in the army, and this police officer tased her eye out, and he gets to walk around free. He's still in the force. Are you fucking serious? Mm-hmm. What the fuck? We wanted to see what was going on down, and we saw a city burn, but that's not all. We watched a lone man in all black walk past us, and other people, too. We all looked at each other like, you seeing this shit? Okay. That is more than fucking suspicious, okay? More than suspicious.
On Friday, lawyers for a police officer injured during last summer's deadly ambush shooting in Baton.
Oh, and then there's fucking Jake Paul. Right? There's Jake Paul. That's fucking great.
The complaint accuses Doreen Hesson of inciting violence by not more explicitly condemning behavior at protests. Activists Janetta Netta Elzy, Alicia Garza, Trace Cullors.
See, this is peaceful. You see, that's the whole thing. It starts out as peaceful. And then it turns into something different because other people are coming in to, white people are coming in to fuck it all up. That's just proving it. That's what that's doing, that's proving it. Oh, that's fucking rich. What? like his tattoo. Right. No. Like I said, most of the protests that I've seen have been peaceful. In my personal opinion, I think it's... I think it should have been called All Lives Matter because every life matters. But I understand it being called Black Lives Matter because those are the people who receive the most racism. All across the board. They receive racism from other minorities too. So, like especially black girls. I'm sorry, I know this is like taking a tangent from the George Floyd thing, but I'm talking about racism in general now. And I'm talking about discrimination in general. Because not even... there's black guys that are discriminatory against black girls, which I think is super fucked up. Like, why? Here, let me see. Let's go on Twitter. Let's see what Twitter has to say about all this. I'm sorry, I know I keep on going on tangents, but I want to do this video because it's a very important topic that I believe needs to be put out there. It's very important. I'm sure this is probably popping every time I speak. Oh god, that's so irritating, I'm sure. I'm sorry. But... oh, what happened to my Twitter? You know what? What is this? Okay. Dictator Trump is trending. I know this is happening today, so I probably shouldn't post really anything. Okay. Well, you see that, so do that. I would donate, but I'm poor. Genuinely. I've lived a life very similar to a lot of minority people. That probably sounds racist, or you probably don't believe it, but I grew up in, like, the ghetto. Or at least I currently live in the ghetto. And I mean, like, there's drive-by shootings and drug deals and all that lovely stuff. You know, the stuff that makes it to where you don't even want to walk in your own yard. Okay, then. See, that's the thing, though. Like I said, if this is an issue involving all races, but the Black Lives Matter movement was not necessarily created explicitly for police brutality based things. It is about, that whole movement is about the systematic racism against black people in particular, which is absolutely true because they do get it the worst out of all races. That's factual information. As I did state before, I think it's a little, the naming could have been better, in my opinion, but that's my opinion, and that doesn't invalidate anything that they do. I fully stand with the movement to have equality amongst all races, because, in my opinion, the only real race is the human race. Right. Mm-hmm. Look. Okay, that I don't agree with, though. White privilege. Because it's rich privilege, it's not white privilege. Because I'm white, and I can assure you I've never been privileged in any fucking way. Okay? I've never been privileged. I'm just as terrified of the police. I'm just as terrified of other people. I can't trust anybody. I've been involuntarily involved in some gang-related issues. And there's just a lot of shit that goes on in my life that makes it not privileged. I was homeless for 2 fucking years, essentially. We were technically staying at my grandma's, but me and my brother had to sleep on a mattress on the floor in the same room with my parents because nobody could find any jobs. We couldn't afford rent. We could barely make it even with food stamps. So please don't come at me with the white privilege bullshit. But I'm also aware that there are white people who are more privileged. And statistically speaking, most people who are in the 1% are white. But you are inherently marginalizing an entire group by claiming that white privilege is a thing. Now it is. Privilege is a thing. Privilege is absolutely a thing. But I don't think white privilege is a thing. Because, honestly, I get discriminated on just because of my last name. Okay? In this town, my last name is essentially a death sentence. If I were to do any sort of crime, I would go to jail for hard time in my town. Just because I have the last name that I do. And my family here has a bit of a bad reputation. But you know what? Anyway, all I'm trying to say here is we need civil rights more than ever. It is so important. You don't even like, it's so important. We just need to love each other right now. And that's it. And you need to know that there are, in fact, white supremacists inciting violence at these protests, and it is not Black Lives Matter activists or civil rights activists. Because as you saw, most of these protests started peaceful. It's just so fucking... God. This is what I was talking about. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is it, Antiva? What is that? ANTVIA. FIA, sorry. Oh, alt-right, okay. So super racist. Right. That sounds like something that they would do, honestly. Wow. God damn. You know what? I'm gonna be racist against my own race for a minute. White people kind of fucking suck. And the more and more and more I see these white people doing these horrible things, the more I realize why every black person and minority person I've ever met says there's no way that